everybody. How are you? Thanks for coming to the 3 Weeks to Wellness orientation. Congratulations on getting yourself here, kicking and screaming. A couple of you, probably. But I'm Elle Palmer, and I'm the facilitator for the program. And basically what we're going to do tonight is just go over how to get you prepared for the program if you choose to do it, what to expect, how to prepare, what's included in the program, and I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, which I love to do. And we're going to hear from a couple people that have gone through it in the past. And then at the end, we'll have some time for question and answer. So let me get this because I need to follow my notes. But anyway, I guess I'll just start by telling you what it is. Because I swear I've done a whole orientation before, and at the end someone signed up, and they're like, but what is it? Like, what did I sign up for? So basically, this program is a 21-day program where you're going to take out the processed foods from your diet and put the clean, health-promoting foods back in, basically. It's not a fast. You will be eating lots and lots of food and being very satisfied, so don't worry about being hungry. But it's kind of like, it works because it's a support-based program. So I'm going to hold your hand throughout the 21 days. So we're going to go to the grocery store together, and there's a cooking demo that you're going to take. Hey, Charlie. And so you will be prepared by day one when you start. It seems really, really scary right now. And the one thing I always tell the groups too is that it's so much easier than you think it's going to be, which they never believe me. And at the end, they're always like, you know, when you told me that it was so much easier, and you're like, you were right. So I promised you that. But I'll just start with kind of telling you how I got to this point of wanting to lead you through this cleanse in the first place. And I won't start from birth, but no, let's fast forward to like, you know. Anyway, my mom turned vegetarian when my parents divorced, and she dated a couple other people, and one of them was vegetarian, so she got turned on to that, and it changed her life. And I was about 8 at that time, and so she never pressured me about it. I mean, she was, you know, she's not like me. She's, you know, very subtle and, you know, passive, but she's amazing and everything. But she would just kind of like, when I turned 17, I think she gave me like the Diet for New America book. She was just like, if you ever want to read this. I actually read it, and it was horrible, and I cried. Then I put it down and just kept doing, like, you know, the McDonald's, and just, she would at home feed me, you know, like all of it was bulk, and it was like, you would think it was chocolate chips, but it was carob, and you're like, I kept getting tricked. I'm like, what? It's horrible. But I don't know if it was like she planted a seed in me or what, but when I was home, this was like 3 years ago almost, she said that she wanted to take me to this wellness clinic out in California. And this is taught by John McDougall. He's a medical doctor out there. And he runs this 10-day program, and that's kind of her guru. She's been following for years and years, and it's a really expensive program. It's like $5,000, and she doesn't really have a lot of money, so this was a big deal for her to ask me to do this. And I said yes because it was California, and you know, yoga and everything, the pool. So I got there, and I remember when I left too. Because they're going to feed you plant-based, you know, it's 10 days and they feed you plant-based, and that's about all I knew. But Nathan, you know, my husband was like, don't come back and tell me not to eat my cheese, and, you know, he was really worried about that. So I get out there, and I didn't know what to expect, and you get there and they take your blood work, and it's really an intense program. There was about 35 of us doing it together, and I was the youngest person. A lot of people usually do that when, you know, we wait until we're sick or we have to change. So that's kind of the first day that I got there. It was just like that for me. It was kind of like my passion was ignited. And I don't know if it was just maybe listening to the doctors, like an MD telling me the truth for once. You know, I sat there and they told me, you know, that milk doesn't do a body good. And sorry if that freaks anybody out, but more on that later. Anyway. And then basically throughout the 10 days, I got to watch the people surrounding me heal. Like a couple people had rheumatoid arthritis, and by day 3 and 4 were moving their hands around, I mean, healing their bodies. Someone with type 2 diabetes was like off their blood sugar at the end of it. I mean, my cholesterol dropped 40 points in the 10 days. For me, I didn't feel unhealthy at the time, but I think, you know, a lot of people, you don't realize what health feels like until you get there. Just because you're not walking around with aches and pains doesn't mean you're healthy. Like, thriving is health, like, you know, being vibrant and fully alive. So I got back and I continued, you know, eating that way, and I had a little bit of arthritis in my hip that had started, and I thought that was just totally normal. My dad had his hip replaced, you know, when he was in his late 50s, I think. So I thought, you know, it's in my genes, and I'm going to have that. And so that went away, and I lost about 22 pounds since then. It just kind of gradually came off. My skin got better, and just lots and lots of just subtle improvements. And so I have a huge mouth. So basically, you know, when I found all this information out that we can heal ourselves through, you know, what we put into our mouth, I had to tell everybody. So I went through this like cuckoo stage for a while when I like got back, and you know, there's a video called Eating, which you'll all get. That's going to be your first homework assignment to watch. It's a documentary that's really, really amazing and full of facts and very transformational. I burned like 100 of those and sent them off to like family members that hadn't heard from me in like years, like my aunt, you know, and out west. They're like, she's crazy. I mean, none of them watched it, of course, and all, you know, they just kind of set it aside because you're not going to change until you're ready to do it, and that's why it's so cool that you're here. Like I guess I gave up on trying to chase people, you know, down the street, and guess what? You got to know this, because until they're ready to know, there's resistance there, and it's just really challenging. So, my friends and I first of all, I had a couple friends that I just made go vegan. I'm very powerful like that. And so the three of us decided we found this book, and we were gonna take it a step further. And this is the book that we read together while we're doing the program. But basically, it's a little bit cleaner than even eating plant-based. It's taking gluten and caffeine and alcohol out. So, you know, we did this together, and we supported each other through it. And so when we were done, hi, Jennifer, we felt so amazing, like the clarity, and we were just like, you know, it just skipping along, and we were so happy. And I just, again, got ignited to share that with everybody. So I started forming like these little groups, and it you know, at first it was just donation based, and then it grew and grew and grew, and I did it out of my house. So basically that's where we're at today. I've led these for the past couple of years, and it's amazing. Like every time we do these groups, by the end we're all best friends. You don't know it yet, but everybody bonds, and there's some beautiful, beautiful things that happen.
Hands to the front office. Hands to the front office.
As far as, you know, like allergies going away, and arthritis going away, and your cholesterol dropping, and all these beautiful things. So